Welcome. My name is Todd Anderson. I teach the computer-aided drafting design program here at Autry Technology Center, and I'm excited about showing you about what we do in this class. The name is sometimes can be confusing, I understand that, but basically if you want to be an architect, you want to be an interior designer, you want to be an engineer, this is a class for you. What we do in this class is basically draw lines and circles or 3D models and manipulate those so that way we can actually have a product at the end of the day. So we're going to be using a CAD software or multiple CAD softwares, and CAD stands for computer-aided drafting. Let's begin with architecture. Interior design also uses the same software that architects use. The most common software that we use in the industry is Revit. So let's take a look at that. A lot of times we think of architecture as a large building, such like this, an office complex. And most certainly that's true. So if you come to this class, you'll learn how to use the software to design all types of buildings. Let's take a look at the floor plan. This would be the third floor of this floor plan. You can just see here, there's a bunch of offices. There's a stairwell. Here's a big lobby right through here. And so if I want to take a camera and look into this lobby, we can go here and we can see that. We can see the skylights. We can kind of see how that's going to come together. So that's a little bit about like the commercial side. We definitely get farther into it. We can definitely get deeper into that, but I just kind of wanted to show you, we will do a little bit of architecture in this program. But most of your work will be doing residential because you could actually do people's house plans here in the state of Oklahoma in this class. So we'll do a lot of house plans like this one. This will be one of the projects that you do towards the end of your time here in this program. It's a very large house. It's basically a small mansion. What does a small mansion have in it? So let's take a look at it. So this house has a garage over here, 2-car garage right through here. It would have an office and an exercise room, and a theater. Of course, a big living room, dining room, and a very big, beautiful kitchen. Love to have a kitchen like that. Come over here. Here's the master bedroom. They have doors going out to a covered patio with a fireplace. Then right here, this would be his bathroom. He has a toilet and a sink, and then here's his closet. They share this shower. Here's her side. She has, of course, a sink, a toilet, and her own bathtub, and her closet is right there. So that's kind of what would be in basically a mini mansion. The upstairs would have, for the kids, there's 3 bedrooms. This kid has his own bathroom, a big walk-in closet. These 2 kids share the same bathroom, like toilet and tub, but they have their own sinks and then, of course, large walk-in closets here. That'd be kind of nice to wake up to as a kid every day. Of course, have a big playroom right through here, so they can just have all kinds of fun up there. So it's a nice home. I wish we all had a home like that. Most of our projects are going to be around this size. This is about 2,000 square foot home. And so you'll be learning how to obviously model and design houses using Revit. I want you to see kind of with this project how kind of easy it is to draw, and we'll just dive in a little bit deeper in this one. So let's take a look at the floor plan. So here's our kitchen, our living room, master bedroom, master bath up here. But let's just say we want to add a closet in right over here. Okay, so I'm going to go to my wall. I'm going to come and just click inside of here. And now you can see that I have my wall. I can change that if I want that to be 2 feet 6 inches. I can just type that in and that changes that. Next, I can put my door in. And I don't want my door to swing in like that, so I can click. I can move this door around until I get it positioned the way that I like. Also, I could add windows in. Just like that. So a lot of people are scared and intimidated that they think they aren't good drawers, but the software takes a lot of that away from you. Okay, so What we can do next is, let's look at the 3D side of that. And you can see here, these are the two windows I put in. Here, if you kind of look through that window, there's that closet. And if I didn't want those windows there, I can go through here on this side on my 3D, delete those out of there. And if I go back to my floor plan, you can see that those windows are now gone. Next thing I could do too, if I wanted to take a look at this kitchen, one, I could just do a camera view, come in, go in, and I could go in and I could look inside this kitchen, and I could start drawing the kitchen out, putting stuff in, if I wanted more cabinetry, I could put more cabinetry in, and we can build there. Once I get this camera view here, I can do what they call render. I can actually make the actual wood floor look realistic. I can put the actual paint color you're looking at, lights, the granite countertop, we can make it look realistic. And once we get that, we can make a rendering out of that, and the pictures will look realistic. Okay, I'm going to share some renderings with you, and these renderings are actual 3D models. Once you get the materials in and the lighting in, it makes it look realistic. And again, remember, these are not real homes. These are fakes. I'm going to show you a few others. So we can make these look super realistic. And you can think of, if you wanted to do interior design, why this could be a very valuable class for you, because we can actually make that space look super realistic. Like this one right here, you can't even tell. If I didn't tell you that was a 3D model, you would think it was a real house. And so we can get really detailed and really super accurate as far as the way that we want those spaces to look. Okay, we just looked at how we can use our drawings to create renderings to make it look realistic. But let's look at how we can actually get a building built. So in this case, when we're done with a set of plans, we could use a plotter like this, and we can print off large formatted prints. You can see how big this sheet of paper is. These used to be called blueprints, and back then they were blue, but now we just print them black and white. We would print these off. You could give these to a builder, and then they could build from the set of prints. Another piece of technology that we use is virtual reality headsets. So we can use this HTC Vive, bring in that model that we just looked at, and we can walk around the house. Okay, now that we've looked at the CAD and we looked at the virtual reality headset, let's go inside of the virtual reality headset and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so here, this is what the house that we just looked at. There's that garage and there's the house. So we can actually walk through and take a look at everything. We could let the homeowner kind of see what the fireplace and then the cabinets would look like over here, and then the kitchen. Now you'll notice everything doesn't have the materials on there, like the actual hardwood floors and the paint. The reason why I had to do that here is because it's really hard for the software and the virtuality and recording this video at the same time. It lags a lot. So we had to take that off there, but it looks really, really great whenever we actually get to put that stuff inside of the house. But you're noticing here that we're using a virtual reality. We're using a gaming engine for that. So that's one of the things that we'll learn in this program, is taking a house, putting that into a gaming engine, doing a virtual reality, and showing a client what that house would look like. Now, don't get too excited. When I talk about games, I know people get excited about that. There's not as many jobs in that industry as there are in the architectural. So that's why we teach in this direction. And so you'll have the skills needed to be able to implement that. Now, talking about games, if you like Minecraft or The Sims, a lot of people like playing those because they like to design houses or buildings of some sort, or walk through that. Well, if you find yourself enjoying that because of those games, maybe architecture is for you. Just keep that in mind. Now that we've talked about architecture, let's get into engineering. Engineering really encompasses a broad range of different type of work. It could be bridges, it could be pipes, it could be cars, it could be all kinds of different various jobs. So just like architecture, we have CAD drawing or CAD softwares that are more suitable for engineering type work. So we're going to show you a couple of those and a couple of examples of that. So let's show you the first example. Okay, so this is a bike frame. It's made out of aluminum, and then also maybe you're working with some carbon fiber, so you can draw some of that in there. But as you're working with new products and things that haven't been created yet, like in this case, if you wanted this bike to have more of a shock absorbent, you could see here that we can make all of our pieces move and work and react together, so we can see how it would really work in real life. As you could, so let's take a closer look. If I'm drawing this up, I want to make sure that this spring doesn't hit this back part of this carbon fiber. And if I go up, you can see here that it does. As I'm looking into this, you can see that that spring is going to hit that carbon fiber. So that means that we probably will need to redesign this to make sure that that doesn't do that in the future. And that's why using softwares like this make our designs a lot better, a lot quicker, before we ever start manufacturing anything. Now, a lot of students are like, I can barely draw stick figures. You expect me to draw that? I'm just let you know that it is a lot easier to draw with these softwares. So I want to show you a little demo on how you can draw something. So I'll just start by a box here. I'm going to put a hole in it. And we're going to dimension this. And to save some time, I'm not going to dimension everything, but I just want to kind of show you that this is the process of which that we would draw parts. Okay. So then after I'm done with that, I'm going to go to finish sketch. I'm going to go to what we call extrude, bring that out, and then I can bring this feature back how far I'm looking at. If I want to add another feature, and just click on that face, bring another box in, finish, extrude, and now I have that part there. Let's say this is hollow in the back. Let's say that part of this is going to be hollow, but maybe there's an opening here. So I can go to the shell command, click on this, we give this a thickness, and then there we go. So now I just made an opening in the back, and now I have that. So we could take this piece now, we could 3D print that on a 3D printer, which I'll show you here after this part. We can just put that right in the 3D printer and print that, or send it to a manufacturer shop, make out of metal, and then they'd use a CNC router. So those are a couple of different ways that we can get this thing made. I'm going to show you a little bit bigger project. Like on this robot here, you can see here there's a lot of pieces that go on here. So some of these are bought, some of these are made, but we've got to make sure that they all fit together. It's kind of like when you're looking at these gears and this plate here. We've got some of the electronics and all that. An engineer or a drafter has to go through, design, figure out, make sure that everything's going to fit in place. That way, whenever we start manufacturing that, it will come together. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what we do here. Speaking of robots, you can see that we have a robot back here, and let's talk a little bit about what that is and how that can help you in this class if you want to be an engineer. Okay, so as we look at this robot a little bit closer, and the reason why drafting gets involved in what we do is because some of y'all might want to do engineering, and this is the closest thing I can get to for you to be involved in engineering, because you've got to solve where all the stuff's going to fit together. You're going to design pieces like this out of metal, or this plastic piece back here to hold this camera. We have to design all those, and there's a lot of moving parts, whether it rolls itself or you have some pneumatics here. All this we have to calculate and figure and make sure it's all going to work, so that way we can be a successful team. So if you come to my class, this could be an activity that you can be involved with, and we'll get into that a little bit after this about your involvement if you want to get into FIRST Robotics. While we're out here taking a tour, we also have 3D printers. So this 3D printer right here is an FDM printer, and we can print off, a lot of students like to print off phone cases, so we can draw those out. This actually has a little bit more to it than that. Take that off, you can see there's a little bit of a design. I don't know if you can see that with the light, but you can peel that part off and there would be a design on there. Here's another example. So basically we can 3D print anything that you design here in this class, and we can print that off. This is just one type of 3D printer. Here's another one. This is an SLA type 3D printer where it uses a resin and a laser, and it will actually make the part for you. With the SLA printers, we can use ceramic, we can use rubber. There's a lot of different type of materials other than just like plastic, like the one that you see here. I want to talk to you about two opportunities you can be involved with while you're here in my program. One is SkillsUSA, and the other is FIRST Robotics. SkillsUSA is a student organization that is dear to my heart. I love it very much. I see the changes that with students and how much it just helps their confidence. We do that because we get students involved in leadership positions and also competitions like prepared speech and those type of activities to really help students just get out of their comfort zone and just be a better them. And that's basically what SkillsUSA is.
SkillsUSA is a national organization serving more than 300,000 students annually through nearly 4,000 local chapters. An integral part of career and technical education, the SkillsUSA framework provides students with personal, workplace, and technical skills while building confidence and grit. With 100,000 members graduating annually who are job ready day one, SkillsUSA is the solution to shrinking our national skills gap. Join us in empowering students to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible American citizens. We are SkillsUSA, champions at work.
Next, I want to talk to you about FIRST Robotics. FIRST Robotics is such a fantastic organization that allows students to work and collaborate with other programs in the school to build something bigger than themselves. It's known as the hardest fun you'll ever have, and I totally believe that because it is hard, but we're gonna have fun along the way, and you're gonna learn more than you ever thought you could. The video I'm about to show you is the competition that we have in Oklahoma City every year. So let's watch, see how much fun they have.
If I hadn't done pre-engineering and done robotics, I probably would have been stuck in something that wasn't for me. And with the degree I'm going for mechanical engineering. And seeing I can do safety, I can do environmental, I can do pretty much anything I want and adapt as my career goes on.
If someone's interested in programming, learning to draft, design, build robots, maybe do some public relations or business work, FIRST is the program for them. It's really an extracurricular program that allows any student of any interest to find a role.
It's just fun. Like I said, well, I won't go into an engineering field, neither am I. But this teaches things that almost no other program does. You may think, oh, I'm not an engineer, oh, I don't know math, this and that. Everything you need to know, you'll learn. And then you just get to come and have fun. How many other people do you know that say, hey, I built a robot? Who gets to say that?
Before we finish our tour this evening, let's talk about certifications and money, which are two very important things to talk about. Certifications you'll get are AutoCAD, Inventor, Revit, and SolidWorks. Those certifications can be used when you graduate to get into a job at an architectural firm or an engineering firm. You'll be starting off around 15 to 20 bucks an hour. And that will be the lowest you'll ever make again in your life, because about 3 years from then, you'll be about 25 bucks an hour. And then with about 10 years of experience or so, you'll be around 30 to 35 or 40 bucks an hour. If you go the college route after leaving here, some of those certifications can be used for college credit. And also, if you go to college, when you graduate, you'll make a little bit more money in the industry because you'll be starting off at an architect or engineer level after graduating. Well, I sure hope that you enjoyed my presentation. I sure do hope to have you in my class in the future. Thank you so much and look forward to seeing you.